hello to no one at the moment. That's totally fine, because these are meant to be practice for me as well as whoever comes by and just says hello. Welcome to Game Flow. This is a channel focusing on the experiences of the flow state, which I have behind me right now. Let me go into the tiny mode of me. Alright, so a flow state is an experience where something, as you can see right back here, something has a long, let's see if I can line my finger up perfectly. Nice. Challenges compared to skills on the bottom part of the graph. Now the goal here is to be able to have your skills perfectly match challenges. See that? Now the concept is that when you do that, your body and your brain, you go into what is known as this flow state. And it's this sensation of joy. It's like when someone loses themselves in the music or in a dance, or when you're in the zone when you're playing a sport. This kind of creativity is something that happens to those who are in mathematics or in video games, which is what we're looking at today. Now, we were doing a bunch of flow state stuff yesterday, which was interesting, discussing about flow in games here. Now, this is a thing that you do in game design where you actually try to incorporate the concept of the flow state into how you make the game work. The reason why is because when players are in a flow state, they like the game. And the goal of the designer is to make that flow state happen. So our goal is to try to make that flow state happen when we're playing games as well, but also to practice it in games so that we can apply it outside. For this, for example, I'm trying to make a flow state, to have my skills of speaking align with my challenge of teaching. See if I'm able to do it and find that perfect line. But there's a couple steps that we like to do in order to figure that out. I'm gonna scroll through some of these lovelies. But you can see I have some text back here because I was trying to find the flow state to become a sniper in the last stream that I was doing. Well, I found out that I wasn't necessarily the best sniper, not because I wasn't taking enough shots, and I was actually hitting plenty of targets on these spots here, but I found that I had a hard time getting good positions, as it says above my head. So I'm thinking I'm going to try out something a little bit less long range, see how that feels. But I also wanted to mix it up with a couple other things that I personally find really bringing the flow state in this game. Specifically, when I'm using something close, pistol-y shooty shoot. We'll talk more about that as we go, though. Because as you play or do anything, really you're trying to find that nice level of challenge aligning with your skill set. And as we saw back there, I was trying to align a couple different things that I think I'm actually going to keep very close to. For one, the comment that I had in there was like, anytime I take a shot, that counts as a victory. I'll bring that back up again so it's obvious. Anytime that we take a shot, that's going to be considered a victory, because you can't take a shot without getting good feedback, right? Excuse me. You can't not take a shot and get good feedback. That's one of the things that's required in a flow state, is that you have to have, squeak, squeak, squeak goes the mouse, you have to have a good bit of feedback to tell you if you're actually going into this spot. That is something you get in games, hit markers, right? All right, squeak, 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 mouse. So when we're finding that spot, taking our shots, that's going to be our way to get that feedback. Then, if we actually hit the opponent, that's the goal. We don't have to worry too much about being perfect yet. That's okay. Stretch goals, down the opponent. Stretchiest goal, take out the opponent. Positioning, I think I'm going to be better at this kind of... I'm using a burst rifle. We're going to try that, and I'll show you in a second. But also, side thing still, get kills if we can, get money if we can, because that's really what's the fun. That's really what matters in this process. It's just having the fun, because the feedback... Finding out what player you are, I'll put this right over my head. There we go. Wait. There he goes. That's how we actually get better at the game. Or whatever else we're trying to do. Let's go. Put on the headset. Very good. So if you haven't had a chance to play Plunder, Plunder is my favorite version of the Battle Royale thing that we have in Call of Duty, because it does a very good job of allowing you to fail quickly. In Battle Royales, you might hear the phrase fail quickly and be like, oh, yeah, I can die instantaneously. It's like, well, it's not about dying instantaneously. It's about learning about why you died and coming back as quickly as you can. So I'm going to try this foul to start with. See how it works, because I've never really used it before. It's a single shot. Semi-auto? Yeah? Semi-auto, single shot. So it's going to replace the experience I was having with the sniper, because it's more... That guy lands on my head. Because it's more of a moderate level challenge, right? I'm going to do a quick audio check on the television. Everything sounds perfect. So let's just jump back into it, shall we? Oh, I imagine this is... There we go. So I've never really used this before, and I'm excited to try it. Perfectly hitting that handle. Perfectly. No big deal. So, important things here. Initial shots, it feels really squirrely. I'm not really sure if I'm going to necessarily love something that feels squirrely, because I tend to prefer things that are heavy shooting. Like, honestly, the revolvers in this game are the kind of long-range things that I like to use. So we'll try the squirrely some more, because it's meant to try to replace some long-range stuff. And if it doesn't really work, we'll try something new. Now I'm going to make sure that I find plenty of players to go after, because again, feedback's important. And I also know personally that I really like rounds of experience. Rounds like, you jump out of the plane, you go after a couple people, and then after a few kills, then you stop and try doing something else again. It's important to me because I feel like that gives me a breather so I can actually think about what I liked or didn't. Alright, so here's a couple people landing up top. We're going to practice this now. Good hit! And I got an assist for that. That is perfect. That is exactly the kind of thing. It didn't break their armor at all, but that's okay. We're figuring this stuff out as we go. We're going to be using this little Renetti right now just cause. Honestly, that's the big reason why, just cause. I wanted to have something that would work for less long range. Nope. I'm going to try to put this up here to see what happens.
This is Striker 3-1, good copy.
Alright. Got a person. Good day. Okay. We're going to still be picking up money while we play this. As I mentioned in the before part, it's not really meant to be something where you don't actually play completely. Reason why is it's just fun to make sure that you get a little bit of cash. Adds a little bit of, like, threat to the experience, rather than doing it where you're just completely free of any of it. Also, I'm really stoked that I managed to get a kill off of that. Let's see if I can line this up just right. I wonder if that's on this building. Burst tactical rifle. This might be a better one to try. Yep, that's lining right on this building. Burst pistol? Cool. We're switching it out a little bit. So the concepts, again, is like these longer... Hello. Oh, you just died. Okay. Cool. Learning, I guess. But our goal is here to, like, practice something that's a bit less long range, but it gives me a little bit more medium range on top of that. Oh, perfect. We have ourselves a UAV. We're going to just pop that real quick. Perfect. Someone's nearby. Right in front of us. Apparently above us. Yeah, directly above us. Okay. I'm going to switch to burst pistol for this. I'm going to go silent. Sounds like they're at the very top. Grab the monies. Grab the plates. I hear them walking through. Perfect. There's a lot of cash right there.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
All right. Oh no! So the issue that I ran into in this case is that I got flown in on just demolished. See, I consistently take positionings up close rather than far away. This is a part that I'm still dealing with personally, where I tend to just naturally want to be up front when I'm going after an opponent. So if we're thinking about it from a flow state kind of thing, I should make sure that I'm constantly going for an SMG, or that burst pistol honestly was pretty fun. But those kind of weapons that allow for more close contact fighting. I think, okay, this is just missed it, that's fine. Is this openable? Nope. Alright, switch back to this, because we're going to be in close range again. I borrow this cluster strike. Just, I don't know. Let's try that out, shall we?
This is loader 2-0. Good copy.
So there's plenty of people on the roof right now. And so there's probably some good cash up top, too.
Enemy soldier
gonna borrow this. Get ourselves all the plates in the world. Very helpful. Very nice. Hey, Violet. How do I say your name, Violet? Baudelaire? Baudelaire? Welcome to hanging out. This is a nice practice stream where my focus is trying to keep my conversation up, answering questions as they come in. And also, I like to teach people about flow states, hence the name of the channel, Game Flow. And the idea of finding flow states is something about, oh, this is the gun. Let's just back off, shall we? Switch to this guy. Oh, this is C4. There you go. The idea of flow states is that they are basically going to make you feel special, feel good, feel like you're capable. Hello, lots of money, thank you. And you normally don't really actually even feel like you're trying to do anything when you have a good flow state going. And that's the idea here, is to find that, oh no! People behind me looking at me. That's the one. All right, let's just try to do this right. All right, so they're gonna be underneath this. Sniped. Long range, oof. Oof is the right word for that. I'll talk more about the flow state in a second because we're being demolished. But in this particular case, my flow state goal isn't necessarily to get good at this weapon, but it's about me trying to just have a good time. Because if I have a good time, I'll get good at the weapon, right? Like, there's no challenge there. See, Violet. Thanks, man. I've had flow states before. I described as me being effortlessly badass in video games. That's actually a really... Oh, no! That's a really good definition. In fact, people describe it as there's no separation between thought and action, which is a great description for, like, being effortless and good in a video game, right? Let's switch to this. That's one of the reasons why we continue to push here, is because I'm trying to find that balance between thought and action. So, now, I have a question for you, Violet. Do you have a way that you access flow states? What is your flow strategy? Because that's one of the things that I've been learning a bit about, that everyone has a sort of their own flow... Oh, no! People have their own flow strategies. And that's not something that I've honestly done... Oh, no. A lot of research into. Oh, dang it. It's not something I've done a lot of research, like, within my friend groups about actual what states of flow they feel. For me, in this case, this is something that's developing a flow state. Talking to you. I'm absolutely feeling that. And then also, the actual gameplay itself has developed me into a moment of flow where I'm like, for me, specifically, improvisation. If there is a decision that I have to make that's relatively simple, but I have to make it constantly, like this, bullets are coming, change direction, great thing for me. Absolutely love it. New position. So my character uses C4, and I'm used to having not C4. Learning as I'm going, eh? Okay, person's jumping down. I want to still try to get back to the roof, but I want to get on the other side. I think that would be the smart choice here. I don't hear anybody. Yes, flow states. Flow strategies. My flow strategy is to find something where I'm making a simple decision very quickly, and I have to constantly be shifting between it. Like balancing on a beam, in this case.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Alright, hearing them. Hearing them. Just a couple of... Will.i.am! Oh, Will.i.am, it is nice to see you. This is fun. Oh. I'll read your question, or your thing in a moment, but I think I just read you didn't ask me, but trust me, I care what you think. I care what you think too, Violet. Right, let's try this. Burst rifle, fresh powder. Okay, let's go. Let's go for that. It's perfect. That's what we're doing now. Ooh, I'm gonna have to read that in a second. We're gonna have a lot of players going for this, and this is gonna be our fun kind of practice, sort of sniping, sort of not sniping. Alright, here it is. Alright, we didn't knock them down ourselves. That was an assist there. Alright, that person got knocked down too. So I'm using this long range, sort of semi-auto. I don't know how I feel about it yet. But the person who's shooting at it is shooting from this angle. So we'll be on the good side. Oh man, music can put you in a flow state? Oh yeah. Oh no, hold on one sec everyone. I want to read your comments. But we're gonna pick this up as quickly as we can. No! Just money piled over there. I know you didn't ask me, but me playing a PvE mode before going to online, like zombies and COD, put you in a mindset just to be chill and do things in the moment. That is a flow state, absolutely. Where did I die real quick? 1 second, though. I forget. Well, there's a green thing over here. That'll do just fine. That is exactly the kind of concept. Getting your... In fact, Nicholas Tesla was famously... would, like, talk about how his flow state was, like, squeezing things in between his toes. Like, what a weird option. But that was his big thing. Like, he made good. Like, and I know that Thomas Edison would play music. Was his. But it's talked about by a lot of creatives that they, like, enter this flow state. And as you've said, you prepare into a flow state. I tend to play... not gun game too, but like gunfight in Call of Duty to help me get into a flow state to prepare for this action. I'm hearing sounds above me, but I don't know where they're coming from. Alright, this will be a great opportunity to continue practicing this. I can never get into a flow state if I'm irritated and not enjoying the game. I've never searched for them though, but it sounds super interesting. Now that's a fun point. So our goal here is to search. Is to stop. The person's still in there. Our goal here is to search for that flow state. Flow strategy is the definition, which I was learning about from a musician the other day. She's a concert musician, and she talked about how her flow strategy involved. She's described as sharing. If she thinks about sharing something, then that's what gives her the flow state that she really likes. I think, I don't know if I have something as simple as that, just think of sharing. But for me, it's something about improvisation and making fast decisions. Fast decisions and improv, right? Like, that's all this is. Up, touch, get all the monies. All right, I just want to find this person real, oh, they're not in here right now. Look at all this stuff. Oh no! Goodbye! Oh, they were in there again! They were on the floor! Whew. Let's see. Searching for it. Also, you made a cool point, Will. In Doom 2006, there's a PvE version of some multiplayer modes, and I practiced there. Yes. So, a lot of games, like, Will.i.am knows me from when I worked with Monolith Productions as a community specialist live streaming. And one of the designers there has talked about how the concept is like, oh no, flow state is his business. Like that's all he does, is focusing on putting people in flow states as a designer. And it's this concept that isn't like, so for us, Violet, I'd be curious, when you're playing Doom, because when you talked about, you're like, I've never looked for it before. When you play Doom, do you know what skills you're using in Doom? Because I think when, like, the musician talked about sharing, when she shares music, she's sharing her love of the music. So she's putting her heart into it in a way where it feels like she's hearing it herself. Not just, like, it's not something that where she's showing off. She's just like, isn't this beautiful? Oh, look, there's some money right here. Ah! I missed it. Right? So when I mentioned the concept of improv, for me, making fast decisions in a situation like this, that's what puts me in this calm. Talking also can do that for me, evidenced by the thing that I'm doing now. I'm going to switch to this one, and we're going to take some notes, because this is another important part of flow state. So for you, Violet, I hope this will help you. Feedback, very important into being able to feel a flow state. And let's see, I'm going to catch up on the chat real quick, too. Will, good point. Also like to say, following you for ages, not subs to but found your way back when you streamed from Mono. So glad Yeah, Will, it was really cool to see your comments the other day. That was really fun. this is something that I'm passionate about, and you know, I feel really excited because I just sort of started to understand a little bit more about being passionate about like flow states and games in that way. But anyway, what we're doing here. So the first thing I want to think about is methods, be it taking shots. No, we've been taking a lot of shots, right? And so I know that I was having fun doing that. But I can take a note here that it felt weak. It felt squirrely. I didn't really like it, right? Like, there's these moments where I took a shot and I was just like, pew, rather than something massive, right? Goal, hit the opponent. We definitely hit the opponent, but I felt like I hit the opponent less than sniping. Like, yesterday I was playing this and we were sniping and I felt so much more control when I was doing that. Did we down some opponents? We did. I don't remember how many, but that's necessarily a lot. In Stretchiest goal, did we take out all the opponents? Yeah, we did at times. I do think we did better with positioning this time. But again, it was up close. We were really good at up close positioning. So, and we definitely were having fun collecting money, definitely having fun getting kills. So we're not too worried about that process. But it makes me feel like I want to... I'm going to look at some loadouts to think about what we could do here. Let me switch back to the loadout thought process. So this is the one we were doing just now with the foul. Kind of a weak shot. Renetti was fun. I liked the burst on that. This was what we were using the day before, but I'm not doing long range sniping. I keep trying to get close. This is just fun. I love this one. I used to play with this one when I was working at Xbox. And then this is the one that I'm really, really good at. So it's like, but that's not the point here. This is a crossbow. It's very silly. I have not really found a flow state with the crossbow. But I feel like it would be interesting to try with you. Because a lot of times when I do flow states with you... What do we have? 5 things on this right now? Damage, velocity, laser. Let's just take off the laser. And let's put on bolt velocity. This is an explosive bolt. This will just be fun. Let's just test this. It's goofy. And this is going to be the close-up ranged weapon, right? Like, man, it could, This might be really fun for, like, 2 shots, going akimbo. That might be really entertaining. Nah, let's not go akimbo yet. But we're going to go practice with the crossbow. I know in my previous experience, worst case, we just click it off. I know in my previous experience that crossbows don't necessarily give me the same feedback joy that I had before. But, as we have here above this, do I want to try again? I don't really necessarily want to try the foul again. It was fun, but it wasn't great. So, iteration. We know that I like mid-range. So we're going to keep messing with that. I know this is off topic, but how much is this game? It looks kind of fun and I've not played a cool game in actual years. Well, Violet, this is Call of Duty Warzone, and Call of Duty Warzone has a free-to-play mode. And that is its Battle Royale, and that includes this mode that I'm doing right now. All the guns are still involved in that. You can level them up. I find that the best way to practice and level up tends to be in the multiplayer full purchase game. But that's me. You can do whatever you want. Like, this is, you can download this now. But, it is huge. A lot of gigabytes for this game. In fact, I just read an article recently that talked about how it might be too big one sec. It might be too big for a PlayStation 4 hard drive. But you could play it on PlayStation 4. You can play it on Xbox One. I'm playing it on Xbox One X. I don't have the Series X yet. Maybe one day. Sometime. But this one, it's free to play. And Plunder is, you just pick up cash, and then you deposit cash. And right now we're just practicing and goofing off. But if you really try, which there are times when I do, because that can be, fun and flow state in its own way, then you tend up getting, I often will get in the top 10 of 100 people. I talked a lot. One of the things I'm trying to remember to practice is speaking from my diaphragm, which is less in the throat, which means that you cough less and you project better. So my voice gets higher doing that. Free-to-play elements, but bloated? Oh, no. I actually don't think it's bloated at all. But that's me. We all have our different preferences in what we consider bloat or not. But the reason, I mean, it uses a battle pass system, and so the battle pass unlocks cosmetics and different gun looks and stuff like that, and some cute stuff. But honestly, I haven't used any of the cosmetics. I haven't bought anything. Like I played some Fortnite, and I definitely like, oh, this is, battle pass was kind of fun. Because you level up guns and stuff, I really haven't found myself using the battle pass. All right. Crossbow. As I mentioned before, I've had practice with it before, and it didn't quite give me the flow state that I was looking for, which was actually the initial reason why I started trying to snipe, because the problems with the crossbow made me want to try using other things. But we're going to have fun. Boof. That person's shotgun creates fire? I am interested. Okay, that'll be something to remember as a potential flow state option next too, right? Like, I'm a big fan of weird gun mechanics. It's fun to me. Alright, peek. Looking for... I don't see where the person is that's shooting at us. So this mode, right now that we're in, is just the loading mode, and I think it's honestly one of the best modes of the game. Just tons of people shooting at each other free to play. I really like it. This is just fun. Anyway, our crossbow bolts, fire, hit, then explode. So it's something that's not going to be good with them seeing us, right? Like shooting back and forth. It's like something you do and then run away from. Which is another problem, right? Oh, gosh. Oh, man. We'll test it. I just threw something out of my characters. What was that? Oh, well. That's true. Also, the last Battle Royale game I seriously played was Apex, but there aren't one-player modes, and I didn't know how many people played. Also, totally. So for me, one of my flow state things that I look for in these games is I'm fine with being on a team if I am not required to cooperate. In this mode, I actually can come in with 2 other players, but I actively choose not to, because if you go in with less players, you spawn back faster. If you have another player, it takes a couple seconds to respawn. If you don't have another player, you spawn instantaneously. And I really like that. I think that's a really nice feature for me, because I like to test an experience and like goof off and stuff like that. See what I mean about the crossbow? There were so many opportunities I could have fired with a different gun, but I just felt like it wasn't pleasing me. We're gonna try again, and if it doesn't do it, that's fine. We'll experiment with something different, like a shotgun that has fire bullets. But there's another shotgun I was experimenting with too. It's a 2-round shotgun, very powerful in the normal mode of Call of Duty. Hold on, let's see if I can. Uh-oh. Yeah, alright, we're gonna do one more, and if I don't feel like, I'm one of the best definitions of a flow state is if you're failing and having a good time. The reason why, oh man, maybe that's what I need to do, is I need it, because right now our victory condition is just shooting again. Shoot off a crossbow bolt. What's up, Exposing Alice? It's nice to see you again. Thank you for coming by. How is my audio today, Alice? Oh, we got the person in air! Oh, that was cool. See, oh man, that's why I like that. It just feels really good when you land the hit. That person was very inaccurate. Alright, we're gonna give it another shot because we did land a hit, and it was really funny. I can do team play, but 4 squad stuff is my thing. I just run into situation.com, which is bad. Yes, yes, agreed, Violet. There are some modes in Modern Warfare in the paid version, like Gunfight, which is a round-based, very fast teammate thing. And I still think about my teammate's position, but I don't talk with them. And that's something that I kind of prefer it that way. All right, we're gonna land again. We're gonna reload the best that we can. All right, here we go. Jumps. Oh! Boom! Okay, I'm on board now. For now. That was funny. Oh, exposing Alex, thank you. I'm glad audio sounds great. Alex yesterday was providing me audio help. Oh! Okay, alright. Getting more interested because of how ridiculous this has been. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a cluster strike. Whew. Oh my gosh. How fun and ridiculous that has been. Alright, there's a person. They're not dead. I missed. That's fine. Oh, I gotta read some of their chat messages in a second. I want to make sure that I'm giving you advice. Oh, fine. I'll use this. Yes. Clearly. I missed everything. And so I just stopped using bullets and stopped using arrows. Here. Claymore down. Let's read the chat for a second, shall we? Team play. You could try using the perk that allows you to have 2 main weapons with crossbows and main rifle and have crosses secondary where you sneak up on someone. William, that's a great point. Thank you. I will absolutely keep that in mind. So there's I forget what it's called, but basically it does exactly what Will said. It gives you the ability to have 2 weapons, and the crossbow is great because it's quiet, right? Like, people don't hear it. That's why it's good to use. Let's go to the burst because it's going to be fun. I don't know what gun that is, but we're just using it again. All right, we have a lot of money, but we don't have to put it away yet if we don't want to. We could at one of these.
I found a bank if you
We're not going to do that quite yet. Okay, checking around. Oh, people just throwing helicopters at us. Okay. All right, that person's over there. I'm hearing gunshots on the roof. Let's just put that up there. Just whatever, just do that.
Good copy. Strike inbound.
Okay, checking. Am I on the roof? This would be a bad place to be if I just launched an airstrike. Don't you think?
Impact, no joy.
Okay, no joy. I'm having a good time. Person over the radio. Let's see. Okay, going back to flow state discussions again. I am in a zone right now. So this is great. This feels really good. I'm not winning, necessarily, but now that I am winning and I feel a little bit more connection, like I'm comfortable with the delay of the kill, but I'm not as comfortable with the delay of the bolt itself. Oh, there's someone right behind us. Checking. Okay, so they were able to see us, but I don't see them any longer. So you can buy little balloons that will allow you to deposit money, or you can have them just show up to you like a good friendly friend. Shotgun practice. Close that door. So I'm going to try to do one of these balloons real quick. Not necessarily required to be good at the game and do this. I'm just going to have fun. Drop the balloons. Let's see. Dropping. Perfect. Alright, Violet, I see your comment. I don't want to read it quite yet, because I don't want to get it wrong. Okay, wait. Dang it! Alright, check it again. I'm autistic and can sometimes really hyperfixate on things. I wonder how that affects me in being in non-flow state. Now, that's an interesting point. So, flow state, people definitely experience losing the notice of time. And if that's something that you've had as a negative experience, being, I think, more aware... Okay, I just walked right into that person, didn't I? Being more aware of yourself when you're in that flow state might help if you find hyperfixation be a problem. I think that's kind of the situation, right? Like, context is very important for if it's a good or not good thing to do. And in this case, for me, I am hyperfixating on what we're doing now. Oh, too fast! But I'm here having a fun time, right? Like, that's the point. I'm here to entertain and make funny noises, and I'm having a great time. That's my role right now. Like, I wish to teach and speak about the concept of flow states. Dang it! And present it by me being in it. Because right now, I don't know what time it is. It's 2:37 where I am. Cool. But that's not something that I don't know the passage of time right now. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel thirsty. which is other states of the flow, because you, we're going to try to get this person again with a crossbow. Because when you're in the state of flow, you forget to eat things, because it actually overcomes your... This is actually pretty interesting. Brains only can hold about, like, 110 bits of information at any time. And, oh, I missed! Oh, 110 bits of information at any time, and speaking takes about 60, as in listening and taking in information. So that's why you can only listen to one person at a time. I mean, I don't think it's so bad. Yeah, so Violet, I think if hyperfixation, I'm not a therapist. I'm not a person who's necessarily going to be the perfect person to answer this in a both socially acceptable and correct way. But I would definitely imagine that, for me, a flow state is something that I push for when I'm trying to get work done. This is work. This is the goal. Like, when I'm researching flow states, I feel like I can be in one, because research is part of my experience of understanding. Alright, switch back to that. Yeah, we'll go to this. I've never used this gun before. Someone else gave it to us. That's our crossbow. Taking Will.i.am's recommendation right now, using two different things. Cluster strike.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the sky.
To our right. Oh, there goes a person right now. I see their shadow jumping. That's very fun. I love little touches like that in games, where it allows you to notice something in a very human way. Alright, we shot them. Downed. Shark bait. Ooh ha ha. That's some good cash we just picked up there. Alright, I'm going to take a moment to just drop this here. Alright, reading chat. Same time zone. Oh yeah. You're doing an excellent job teaching and making funny noises. Thank you, Swamp Thing. Making funny noises is one of those important pieces of any sort of educational content to help lower the cognitive load of the students. And Violet, thank you for saying you appreciate my input and thoughts. Consider me a well-read, but not trained. I think that sounds probably the smartest way to consider it. Alright, there's a box right there. Let's go nab it. Okay, there's a person behind us who's gonna just show up. We're in top 10. Oh, that's why we use this. Alright. No. I want the cash deposit balloon. Oh, I can't do that at this second. Whoop, whoop. No! After this round, I want to take another opportunity to do some more feedback. Actually, that reminds me, Violet, how do you take yourself when you're in the hyperfixation? What feedback are you absorbing? Not like me giving you feedback where I'm like, this needs more gray or whatever, but like, when I shoot someone in this game and I hit them, that's feedback. If I shoot someone in this game and I miss them, that is also feedback. Feedback is simply the experience of information being deposited back to you in a useful form. So, I mean, not all feedback is good, right? But in this case, feedback is going to be good. I've been spotted? By whom? Who has spotted me? So, that's an important part of any form of, like, we're going to pick up this. Okay, we're going to have a lot of people showing up, but that's fine. Just deposit this money in here and have the balloon take it all away so we can score without having to be worrying about holding our money anymore. You poor fool! Okay. We're going to go grab this again, I guess. 3 seconds, it's still full. Nice. Cool. There's a lot of people here, and it's super fun right now. Alright, this is another good opportunity to think about this. The fast-paced reaction time for me. The fast-paced reaction time feels really good. If I had made that shot, right? If I had made that shot, we would have... I like that. That is fun. But a shotgun would have been just as good in that moment, right? Better. Probably better. But that's where we died. We'll just keep going back to that spot. Alright. Will I at the same time? So totally, yeah. Okay, I'm going back over and making sure I didn't miss any of the extra comments. Boop. Uh-oh.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
That's so fun. All right, quick peek again. They're not here.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Oh, right from behind us. Oh, I missed. That worked great.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Okay. Breathing hard. Breathing hard. But it's working. But it's great. Another one. Very good. Taking a moment to breathe again. Pause. Stop. We have no extra bonuses. What's our time? We're still in the top 10. Look at us. We're 10th place, everyone. All right. Going to the right. If we can deposit things in another little balloon, that would be swell. But if we don't, that's fine, because flow state's the name of the game, not necessarily the victory. We've definitely been taking a lot of shots, so we've been achieving that pretty well. Oh, they're right behind that thing. That's interesting.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay. Oh, I see them. Oh, that's a bad spot for an arrow. All right, hide. Place this just in case they run around. Cool. Careful. Oh! Hey, what's up? Oh my gosh, look at us! We're really learning. Oh my. Oh no! I should have thought better. Oh, I should have thought better. Ooh. Supposing Alex, you too, huh? I only ever get hyperfixated on things that I don't really matter, like making light switches spotless. Interesting.
I'm back. What did I miss?
That sounds tough. That sounds... I wonder if flow state stuff would actually be something that would help you more control that. Again, not something that I feel I have the expertise to talk about, but it is a question that I'm wondering about. All right, we're gonna try to pick this up because there's a lot of cash in here. That's gonna be nice. Whoop. Very good. Lots of monies. Lots of tasty things. All right. So going back to the feeling. Oh, team wiped. Someone hit one of our other explosives, I guess. The feeling is absolutely really good right now playing with this crossbow. I think it's that one-shot kill feeling where it's like a high-risk moment
Watch the skies.
where you're like, I hear someone coming down. Oh, hey.
Catch the fire. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Whew. But it's these high-risk moments where you have to kind of just make a fast decision. And we talked about that. All right, is there a car near us? There is.
Found a ride.
We're gonna go in a vehicle. Because a vehicle will give us extra protection, which is nice. We have a lot of money on us. Again, we're in 9th place. And I want to go for this.
Care package spotted.
So this is how we're gonna do it.
Hostile dropping into the area.
Oh, you have so many good comments that I want to make sure that I'm responding to. But excuse me for a moment as I do my best not to text and drive. There's a lot of good commercials about avoiding doing that. So here we are, being professional and safe, and being shot at by a stranger. Hey, what's up? I'm a car. Whoa, that was close.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
Woof. Woo-wee. Can I move this? I cannot move. Oh, missile's locking! Oh no! Whew. Alright. Exposing Alex, also hyperfixated, and actually finds it hard to prioritize information, but when I'm super focused, it inverts and tells me only what is relevant. Ah, interesting, Violet. That sounds very useful. Oh, people behind me, aiming at me with stuff. Alright. I think we actually have a lot to risk going over this way, and I think that's okay. I think that's going to be fun and fine. Again, storing money and getting it's going to be good, but we need, but the flow state is practicing with these weapons. Someone is also over there right now. Save me! Oh, look at that. We managed to hit them still.
Enemy dropping into the AO.
They're too far for me to be able to hit them. Okay. Take a breather, aim high. Lower. Oh, we hit them. Oh, they got taken out. What an interesting problem they're all having. Oh, we're out of ammo. Hey, what's up, Dream Breaks? Oh, Dream Breaker. Sorry, I messed up your name. My apologies. It's nice to see you.
Enemy soldier incoming.
Well, I didn't mean to use this gun, but I was out of ammo, so I decided that it made sense to use this gun. And I agree. I think that was the right choice to do.
Soldier incoming.
Alright, aiming. Downed them. I see a person right there. We're just gonna take them out too.
Watch the skies.
Alright, this person might be healing themselves in a moment. Bad choice on my part. Will.i.am, same time zone. One thing crossbow, though, is I find challenge with crossbow can sometimes help me get a flow state. Yes, yes, and that's why we're doing it too, right? I would constantly try to bank money while doing this. If you're trying to win, banking money is a really smart decision. If you are currently us, the banking money isn't the goal, but is very fun, right? Alright, let's just... Okay, let's just leave. Let's just... Aw, oh, dang it. I'm making mistakes here. Okay, so this is an opportunity to think about. I'm now beginning to feel myself pull away, and I think it's because I'm repeatedly... We're about to end anyway. But I was repeatedly making choices that was putting me in bad positions where I couldn't use the bow in its ultimate state, which we had before in the little storage places. Okay, taking this opportunity, switching up. Let's see, we got how many kills? 17. Oof, doing well there. And do a quick transition. Okay, I want to take this as an opportunity to think about the feedback again. Because, and this is this thing I mentioned to you, Violet, which is feedback is really important to that flow state. Since we have a bunch of people here again, and Alex, who saw this yesterday, as well as Dreambreaker, Swamp Thing too, but I want to bring this back up, right? This is the flow state graph. Let me, how do I do this right? How do I do this right? There we go. The flow state graph has on the left side the challenge, and on the bottom, where I'm currently in the way of, the skills. It has the skills. So as you move up in skill, well, you can get, you know, apathetic because it's really not that challenge, not really that good, bored, relaxed if it's actually within a certain level of skill that you have. And then control is like when you're like, ooh, I'm really managing this really well. Oh, one more question about the game. Is it on a launcher? On Xbox, and it's not. But it might be an active, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Violet. I'm actually not sure. I don't play it on PC. But anyway. Good question. Forgetting what I was doing. Now I'm back. The challenge part here, you can see one of the parts that I really like about this is worry and anxiety. Oh, my hand gets cut off when I do that. So anxiety-inducing. The point being that if something's hard, you get uncomfortable. If you have the skills to meet it, though, you go along this little flow thing right here. Now, we talked about the flow channel yesterday, which looks like this. It's the same concept, where if you're kind of bouncing around in here, as you can see what my cursor's doing, then you're going in the right direction, right? You're getting this thing of flow. Go down. See, that's interesting. I'm curious about, oh, I seem to have frozen in place. I wonder if that's y'all, or, no, I don't see any lost frames. Cool. Okay, that was just the YouTube. Yeah, the feedback is an important part of this because you don't know if you're doing well or not unless you're getting that information. Because if you're not getting, like, the, hey, this is working, hey, this is not working, then you struggle with this. Alex's comment about the timer is interesting. Again, I don't really know the answer for that one. I'd be curious if, like, I think the idea of hyperfixation is generally, I hear people use that as almost more of a negative term, but as Violet described, they don't see it as negative, and I don't think you should if you don't think so. It's really the context of when you use it. That's another important thing here. One of the parts that I think is really important as y'all are hanging out and talking with me today, when we're talking about this stuff in chat, I don't know the perfect answer. I don't think anyone in chat necessarily does, but Alex and Violet, if you want to continue talking about your experiences as, you know, how you, I mean, what's it like to be autistic in that kind of way, then please do. Like, I want to support you two in doing that. And I hope you two support each other, even if it's just like, hi, how are you in chat? Or it's just like, oh yeah, that's interesting. And that's kind of the goal that I'm sort of doing with this right now, is I want to create this environment where we're all looking for flow states together, because a flow state could be knitting, or it could be playing games, or it could be, I mean, talking to people on the internet. So that's something where it's like, that understanding is sort of the goal here, is to make us be able to support each other and do that. But now I'm gonna go read the chat again a little bit. See, you guys, I have you on screen so that you can be a part of this. Steam, Epic Games, Blizzard Launcher. I feel you, Alex. I often choke up when there's a time or quantity pressure, like time, rounds, or number of kills. Oh, that's really interesting. I'd be curious if one of the... So this is actually another important part of how I broke this down, and I think this is very, very valid. One of the things that makes me okay in flow states is I am unafraid of failure. So if we're looking at this here, find the flow state because it's fun, methods, be a better sniper, taking shots. If the only thing I have to do is take a shot, which by the way, felt awesome when hitting. Terrible when missing for the crossbow. When you have that experience, it does a really good job of helping, I mean, what's the word? You just don't worry about taking and missing it. It's actually, there's a thing known as the 80% rule, which I think is really nice to talk about in this case. I'm gonna take a moment to actually lean up a gunfight, which is something that I talked about. This is not a free segment, but this is how I'm gonna calm down after our gameplay, because this puts me in good flow states, and I'll be a little bit more quiet while doing it too. Remember the timer gets to do the things that go within that time? Gotcha, Violet. Yeah, I kind of get, like, I don't have that exact same degree, but I see what you mean. It can be rough. 80%. This is the thing I learned from Hank Green, if y'all ever watch any of the Vlog Brothers. He talks about it in regards to creating content. I think it very much applies there. I think it also applies very much to what I use for figuring out flow states and iterating on them to see if I can find them. The flow state of an 80% basically is like ice cream. Like, ice cream's good if you like ice cream, but there's no perfect ice cream. Someone loves chocolate more than they love strawberry. Someone else loves strawberry more than they love chocolate, right? Like, 80% is making ice cream and not worrying too much about the flavor. It's kind of the way to look at it. And if you focus too much on trying to make the perfect ice cream, then you'll never actually make ice cream. And some people will think chocolate's perfect. Some people won't. You will or won't. Perfection isn't something that's necessarily unobtainable, it's just not agreed upon. So when we're talking about flow states and that kind of thing,
All assets are secure
it's...
on site.
Okay, hold on. 1 second.
Got movement.
So that's just centers me so well with that moment. Just feels so good. So perfection isn't necessarily the goal, because we don't know what perfection is. So perfection doesn't have to be your goal, but action. Oh, I don't have any weapons. This is a danger. Danger, danger, danger. Alright, that person's just staying still, so that'll do.
2 wins down. Keep up.
I think my reactions are slow, or I'm trying to think ahead, which takes me out of the present. That's just skill to challenge, right? Like in this one, I just turn off everything and I just exist in this state. But it didn't exist like this all the time. Like if I kept losing, I don't know if I would necessarily feel that way. Oh. That poor person's just not there. Watching the clock tick down, forget what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh no. Letting go of expectations. Violet, that's a good one too. I mean, one of the things that I'm interested in doing is the want versus need narratives. We'll get on that in a second.
Got movement.
It's the want versus need narratives. It's basically this idea, and I'll tell you a personal story that relates to this. It's a narrative structure where a character enters a story with a desire, a want, and then by the end of the story, they discover what they needed. And a lot of times you get both, but sometimes you give up what you want for what you need. And sometimes you don't get what you even want or need. This is unfortunate. It's a 2v1 situation for the other person. But for me, like, will.i.am met me originally when I was streaming for Monolith Productions. Alex originally met me when I was doing Kublai Khan years ago. Starting to create content and figuring out what it is that I liked about content. The thing is, oh no! Oof, that's unfortunate for them. I originally started creating content because I wanted to be a streamer and content creator. But it turned out later, this is just really funny. That was dark. But it turned out later, for me and my discovery, that it wasn't about me making videos. It was about me connecting with people. And that improv thing I talked about, that fast decision making. Like, I love telling and teaching things. Like, flow states, oh my gosh, absolutely really cool to me in the first place, because that's what I get into when I'm doing this. But that's the kind of concept that is the want versus need narrative, because I had developed it starting wanting to be a streamer, but then I discovered later that what I needed was interaction with people. Because I had that title when I worked at Monolith Productions when we weren't streaming as much, and it wasn't as fun. I needed to do the streams themselves. In Cold War, I was playing free-for-all first, and then I just started getting first every match, and it happened when I was doing challenge on Knock the Weapon. Perfect, will.i.am, yeah, where it's just you find that moment where you just align. This right now, I'm doing this because this is like meditative to me, to do this gun game thing. And it's like, the other ones is me discovering flow states, and this is one where I'm just practicing in a flow state. I'm doing this because I'm like into meditation and stuff, and this makes me think of that. But there was a point here that was bigger. Letting go your expectations. And that's the point of the want versus need, because when you're going into the experience, if you have a certain expectation, you might not necessarily know. Like, you discover on the journey, right? The journey is what teaches you what it is that you're looking for. If you've seen Finding Nemo, remember Marlin and his son Nemo? Marlin wanted to protect Nemo, and then Nemo gets frustrated because Marlin's overprotective of Nemo, right? And Marlin wants to protect Nemo. Jesus. And then learns that what they needed to do was to let their son live, right? That kind of thing happened with me in regards to streaming. What I wanted was the title, but what I realized what I needed was interaction with people. Streaming's amazing. Video games are great. But if I didn't have this in this way right now, darn it, I would find another way of interacting with people. My therapist and I actually had a conversation about this, where she's like, you would make a great grocery store worker, because you would make everyone's time way easier, because they would immediately go ask me, like, where are the beans? And then I would have a joke, like, knock knock, who's there? Interrupting cow, interrupting moo, like something stupid like that. But it would be fun. Alex. I lost my zone. I'm gonna read your thing. Yeah, back when you were doing a lot of role playing. Yeah, like, that wasn't about interactions with you. That was interactions with the team, which was still fun. But it definitely wasn't the same state of flow. Like, I didn't feel like I was teaching anything. Taken out. Those shipping containers being no shark canals. I think that's what the map is called, Battlefield 3. Yeah, but those first things, those first games are always really valuable. This will be my last match as we're going. I don't need to end on a win, but I do want to end on me focusing again. Oof. I set myself up for a failure in that one. I didn't realize that they were both on the same side. Danger, danger, danger. Hey, our teammate carried that match. Thank you, teammate. This is that example of having a teammate where you're not organizing anything, but you're like working well together. Sometimes I try to look at them and do little squats. Like, hello! I'm gonna take the center this time, because I keep taking the right. Perfect. Change up the game. Oof. Come on, Nigo, I see another stream. Alright, see you, Will. We took that one as well. Nice. Getting risky. Yeah, cool teammates. There was a thing where I went in a different order. I surprised the person from the side. That could be another value of the flow state thing, right? If it keeps not working, iterate, try something slightly different. Perfect. Thanks for the suggestion. Take care. Totally. Good night, Alex. It was good to have you here. Hope to catch another stream soon. I would love to have you again. I seem to be doing this pretty consistently around, I guess, gosh, 1:30 my time. Taking those higher points. I'm listening a lot. Like, one of the favorite things about this game, like, at all, is the fact that footsteps are very useful as a mechanic. I think that's another flow state thing, too, because I'm just, like, taking in more information. Oh, I see the face. One shot. Oh, whoa, what? My bad. Oh, and they looped me. They looped me. Whew. I feel silly. I feel very silly for that one. Let's see if we take the win. Nope. That person's throwing soap. That's funny.
Match point. Another round and we got him.
They're either center or left. Shoot. Oh! Well played, well played.
We're not dead yet, are we?
11 for you tonight. I'll go in a while, but I'll stay for a bit first. Well, that's nice, you. This is the final round, and also the final thing of the stream that we'll be doing. So feel free to hop off if need be. Oh, there's our person. Okay, move. I want this. All right. good play. Good play.
Pull back, soldier.
That was good. Good finish. Bang! Cool. Lovely finish for that. I'm going to take an opportunity to transition back to this. All right. The thing is about this mode is I almost like lose myself in it, right? And that's another lovely piece of the whole process about a flow state. So you don't really notice you any longer. That discussion about how many bits a brain can take, where it only has about 110 bits, when you start entering that flow state, you absorb yourself so much of the information that's happening around you that you forget that you're hungry, you need to use restroom, those kind of things, which is why it's important to take those breathing breaks sometimes, as I'm hoping to do right now. But, oh, nice. We got a couple of UK friends. Cool. Yeah, Alex is in the UK, and it's fun to see that Violet is too. Alright. So I think the important questions here for me regarding flow statey stuff. Because that match, was it fun? Yeah, it was. What was the feedback? I'm not really sure how to make my decisions on that. Honestly, I'm not entirely 100%. It was kind of hard. It was kind of hard to decide because it was just sort of like instinctual. But I feel like a couple times I made decisions to engage when I should have set back. I think I'm just too aggressive sometimes in that mode. Yeah, but it was so fun that I found the flow state and I'll continue to get better. Swamp Thing's UK too. This is a bunch of people from Britain. Or, sorry, you might not be. UK, my bad. I'm glad. Alex, thank you for saying it's awesome for you. It's nice to have you here and hanging out like that. Okay. Right after you put... I don't think you've actually told me Joe's name. Joe, that's lovely. Very cool. It's an Alice in Chains album and listen to Left as well. Very nice. Okay, so I'm gonna wind down now. Turn this off. We're gonna have just some of the pretty music playing in the background from the intro, because it's just nice. See, I mean, just hanging out in the trees. But I think thank you everybody for coming by. Violet, Swamp, Alex. Make sure I catch everybody. Will as well. Will, you've been saying hello to me too. Dreambreaker, you too. This has been fun. I've been doing these as, like I said, some practicing streams, but y'all are showing up and making them turn into real streams, and that's really making me feel very appreciated. So thank you. Feel free to say goodbye in chat if you are still here. And I don't want to say, like, immediately shut it off if you're about to say hello or something. But then I'm going to go because I am going to do some jump rope. It's going to be my exercise. You're outnumbered, dude. I said his name was Joe last night. Oh no, I'm sorry, Alex. I missed that. My bad. Well, tell Joe goodnight for me tomorrow. Hey, that stranger on the internet said goodnight to you. And Joe's going to be like, I don't care, Mom. That'll be fun. Alright. But good night to those of you who are going to sleep, and to Will, who's also in this area. I hope you enjoy whatever you do for the rest of the day. Enjoy my trees swaying. Super fun. I'll drop it again. Take care of chat. Yeah. Oh, take care. Yes. Yes. That's nice of you. Thank you, Violet. Cool. All right. Love you all. I'm going to continue practicing probably tomorrow, but we'll see how this goes. I want to make this into something that I do consistently enough that people can continue to drop by because it's fun. It's good. He'd just say goodnight back. Oh, thank you, Joe. Very cool. All right. Now, actually, see you.